Hey guys, what's up? My name is Anthony, and welcome to another edition of BNA Sports Talk. And this is another edition where I report that the Giants have lost. Just because you didn't know, the Giants lost. And I watched pretty much every single snap of this game. I missed the first series and the first touchdown. My dad is just like, Dexter Lawrence showed no effort. I thought this offensive line showed so much grit. I want to be a fly on the wall in that halftime. You know, they really came out in the second half and fought. They had grit. They played really well. Daniel Jones, another interception, another fumble, but he settled down, showed the moxie and the poise. And I will not waver from this. Daniel Jones, even though Sam Darnold does not have any support and whatever, he's better than Sam Darnold. Yeah, I think he's better than a Dwayne Haskins, because right now I'm watching the Arizona-Washington game, and he's 10 for 19, and he's not really showing a bunch of aggressiveness in a way. He's kind of whatever. He doesn't throw interceptions. Okay, well, it was great for that. Name a quarterback that ended up being good that didn't throw interceptions in their first couple years. You know, now Dwayne Haskins, 4 games without an interception. That's all you're going to hear. Well, Daniel Jones threw an interception today. He had a fumble. The first one, a fumble, Andrew Thomas got beat on. Let me talk about Andrew Thomas, because that was one of my worries. I'm like, Andrew Thomas, what if he's another DeAndre Baker? I'm not saying personality-wise, but another one they face against the best talents in the SEC, and they're primed to go play and have success. And I was like, do we really do that? I'm like, the most successful tackles don't come out of Georgia. They come out of Iowa. They come out of, I don't know, name another school. They actually come out of the Pac-12. They actually have a decent amount of tackles there. But I was like, you know what? I love Andrew Thomas. If you don't know, I love Andrew Thomas. He's my favorite. And he got beaten by Khalil Mack. I really want to see him stop Khalil Mack. He got beaten on the inside, but he did settle down towards the end of the game. He wasn't really facing the best talent. There's one against Roquan Smith where Roquan Smith kind of beat him. He got destroyed by Robert Quinn. That was a fumble by Daniel Jones. That's not his fault. Especially, remember that one interception that got returned by Eddie Jackson to the house? I was like, oh no, my heart sank. I'm like, it had flashbacks to the old Giants. I'm like, don't tell me, 24-10. I'm like, no, this can't be. And it wasn't. And, we came back. We had a chance to win the game at the end, and we didn't. Now, let's have the Saquon Barkley conversation. Now, a bunch of Giants fans this is season over. It's done. And I think that we relied on Odell a little bit more than we rely on Saquon Barkley. Now, Saquon Barkley is good. We're facing the Washington football team, and we want him to score 3 touchdowns and have this many yards and break out. But really, has he translated that much to wins? I don't really think so. When he got injured against the Buccaneers, we won. And we show some fight against some other teams. Now, it kind of concerns me that Wayne Gallman was a healthy scratch today. Is he just bad? I like Javon Leak, but Dion Lewis, he can't be that power back. We're going to have to sign someone off the waivers or do something like that. Maybe a Jay Ajayi. We'll have to see who we're going to have to get. But I think that, or maybe Klutzhammer. Actually, no, he's injured. The Austrian guy that, we signed up for international. That would have been very interesting if we ended up playing him. But I think that Saquon Barkley was too big. He runs too big. And he runs to the outside. He is not really effective for our offense. We saw the creativity of Jason Garrett doing some different things, showing some different looks, getting everyone involved in this offense. Sometimes there can be too many chefs in the kitchen. Now, I'm not saying the Giants have the best wide receiver core, and now you're getting rid of the top guy. It's just you can spread it out a little bit more. I'm not really saying that. I'm saying that Saquon Barkley may not be that fit that well for our offense. Jason Garrett didn't really have that type of back in his offenses. And that was something that we were saying during the offseason. Everyone was saying, they had Ezekiel Elliott, who, can run, defend. He can run between the tackles. And that's not really Saquon Barkley's game as much as you want to say. And this could be a good thing moving forward. Now, what does this mean for the Giants? If he has a torn ACL, which we all assume, or maybe he's out for 6-7 weeks, that's the minimum. What does this mean for Saquon Barkley? This is his 3rd year. Do we extend him on his 5th-year option? Do we, what do we do? I'm very concerned. Do we try to, right now, he doesn't really have a lot of trade assets. His trade value is very low right now. We're not trading him for anything. I wonder, I don't have an opinion on it. I'm really confused about what we do. I thought Kaden Smith would have a big game. He almost caught a touchdown pass. I thought he would be involved a little bit more because he can block. Evan Ingram can't block. He actually avoided a block. And Daniel Jones, end up only gaining 1 yard. He could have busted out a 15-yard run, and Evan Ingram decided not to block. There's also one play, moving on to the defense. Darnay Holmes let up a wide-open zone coverage thing. I don't understand that. But our free agent acquisitions, James Bradbury, Blake Martinez showed a lot of grit, a lot of fight. James Bradbury, he's playing against Allen Robinson, for crying out loud. We saw what happened with Corey Ballantyne last year, and we saw what happened in this game. You could say he was tight end, covering him tight. But eventually, you got to show some production. And Corey Ballantyne hasn't really done that. I'm going to have to watch the All-22 to see, because I don't know how these guys were covering. Apparently, Darnay Holmes covered really well today. I don't think we didn't really do a lot of pass rush as far as like cornerback blitzes today. That's what I've noticed. We didn't really see a lot of that. It was a lot of just defense. Austin Johnson looked great. I thought he was really good physical presence. So there's that. I again need to watch the whole game again. These are just some preliminary thoughts. But Joe Judge had this team fighting. Nick Gates is my spirit animal. I love him. Kevin Zeitler struggled again a little bit. Cam Fleming had a rebound game. And as far as the Jalen Johnson shutting down Darius Slayton, Jalen Johnson, he had a lot of talent coming out. The main thing was injuries for him. And he shut down Darius Slayton a little bit, who had a drop ball that could have been returned for a touchdown. So I don't think the Giants beat themselves today. I don't think – how many penalties did we have today? I'm going to have to check that out. I don't think we had many penalties. We didn't beat ourselves because of penalties. Missed tackles, not really. There's just one play where Mitch Trubisky ran down the sideline. That one really hurt when Marcus Golden was in pursuit. Blake Martinez, I'm not sure what he did, but he left like an extra 5 yards on that play. But besides a couple of long runs by David Montgomery, I thought the defense played very solid against Mitch Trubisky. Again, I'll have to check who was open. Did Mitch Trubisky just miss people? I'm not sure. I wasn't at the game, and I don't really have that much access to the film. But right now, hopefully they don't have to wait until Thursday to see some things. And yeah, so it is what it is. Well, the key is next week. The people are like, oh, this is a must-win game. I said, one, it's a must to be competitive. We can't be making stupid mistakes. And we can't be like, you can't come out of the game like, oh, this is the same old Giants. I don't think it's same old Giants. I think we really turned a corner. But again, wins have to come. Like it's a big morale boost to beat the 49ers and whoever they have running out there, Nick Mullins or their cheap defensive end. I don't know who they're going to run out there next week. But the Jets lost to them 31-13. And if we go and we destroy the 49ers next week and we're like, oh, the Jets suck and the Giants are good, that's a big change. And then all of a sudden you go to the Rams with a little bit of confidence. You travel west. You're like, okay, we can actually beat this team. And we'll see how well the Rams are playing at that point. But take a look at this division. You have the Cowboys who won on a lucky last-second field goal. You have the Eagles who look like trash. Against the Rams, again, who we have to play. And then Washington football team is losing 20-0 with a quarterback that doesn't want to take risks. And it feels like the team's a little bit conservative, and they're just playing through their defense. And, our offensive line versus their defensive line, Chase Young versus Andrew Thomas, I'm still waiting for that matchup. And I'm excited. A lot of Giants fans were negative coming at it today. I'm almost a little bit more positive because I feel like this team now we can start exposing our coaching, and a bunch of teams are getting injured. A bunch, it's just look at the amounts of money and contracts today that got injured. And I think that we have the coaching edge now. We may not have the talent edge, but we have the coaching edge. Patrick Graham's going to find something out. And, we let up 17 points to the Bears and then 26 points to the Pittsburgh Steelers. I think the defense, right now the returns are looking good. But hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. I have to watch some other football games. I want to watch how Justin Herbert's doing. I'm very intrigued. He's looked pretty good so far. And, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.